Hi everyone, this is Robert Parker. I'm the founder over at Rekko, and today I'm going to spend a few minutes showcasing our timeline feature of the Rekko Marketing Cloud. Chef Steve over at 1-800 Bakery has been gracious enough to allow us to use his website to demonstrate the feature. So if you have any needs for cookies, cakes, or anything like that, big shout out to Chef Steve. Thank you very much. What we're going to do now is actually log into his real-time dashboard. And what you're actually seeing is his live production dashboard. For privacy reasons, you can see that we've obfuscated some sensitive data, but if you had logged into your own Rekko dashboard, or if Chef Steve was logged in, he would see real email addresses and other things like that. But this is the timeline, and so timeline is one of my favorite features of the Rekko Marketing Cloud. And the reason that I like it so much is it's very similar, obviously, to social networks, right? And the reason that social networks are great for me is if I want to find out what's happening with a family member or friend, the easiest way for me to do so is to log on to Facebook or a social network and see what's going on in their life. So in that same vein, you can log on to your Rekko marketing dashboard and see in a very kind of digestible manner what's happening, what are the key moments, events, and activities that are happening on your website. So let's go ahead and start at the top here, and what you'll see is three simple sentences. And what this tells you is over the last 24 hours, how are you doing? And so these are what we call key performance indicators. And the key performance indicators that Rekko is showcasing here is the number of uniques. So you can see a big thumbs up, and that means that over the last 24 hours, uniques are up 61% with a little less than 2,800 unique visitors. Unfortunately, he's got a thumbs down because cart abandonments have increased. So these are people that have added an item to cart and subsequently abandoned. And it's one of the more unique things that we show that I don't see in a lot of analytics packages. We'll actually demonstrate the number of abandonments, the average of abandonment, and of course the total that the site has lost through cart abandonments in the last 24 hours. So for most entrepreneurs and marketers, that's a good source of inspiration to launch additional marketing campaigns to help recapture some of that lost revenue. And then the last one are marketing goals. So every campaign in Rekko has got a goal or should have a goal. And the goal tracking or event tracking that you would get in Google Analytics or something like that, Rekko's got a similar function. And you can see that goals for the last 24 hours over the 24-hour period prior are down 4.5%, but they still reached 298 different marketing goals. And so that's one of the first things that I do anytime I log into Rekko is I look at my KPIs here, and I can quickly see how well we're doing in just a few seconds. Then what you get to is the main section here, and this is the feed and the ticker, and so this should look pretty familiar to you. On the left side, we show you the major events that are happening or have happened, and you can see actually as I was talking about the KPIs above, you can see that there was an event that popped up. So everything here is real time, and you can see that this particular visitor went ahead and achieved the goal for the pop-up sign-up micro conversion 10% off and $10 gift card offer. So this is a campaign that 1-800 Bakery runs on their website. I'll actually scroll down and show you. It'll appear after a certain period of time when you're on a website through a pop-on mechanism that Rekko delivers and captures email addresses, obviously, as people fill out the form. They use an incentive to try to help increase conversion rates on this, and it's been very, very successful for them. So when somebody does that, it looks like they get 10% off as well as a $10 gift card they can use towards their purchase. So the major events happen on the left side, and then on the right side you'll see the visitors ticker. And so this particular column will show you visitor traffic as they hit, and a couple items to note. You'll see that on the left side there are some icons. You'll see a desktop icon or a mobile icon based off of whether that particular visitor is on a desktop or mobile platform. And then you'll see their geo lookup. where they arrived, what search engine or whatever they used. So for instance, this particular visitor here, and I'll try to highlight it so you guys can see, came from Bing. And it looks like they're looking for mini cheesecakes in Singapore, um, or something like that. They're coming from Irvine, California, but their search term has the word Singapore in it. But anyway, so you can see the site, or I'm sorry, the landing page that they landed on, and other types of information. So all of this stuff is being pushed to the dashboard timeline in real time. And so on the left side, the four major events that we show are goals, and so that's what this kind of golden chalice icon looks like. And I'll scroll down. You can see clicks, or what we call accepts. It's whenever we deliver a campaign and a user has clicked on, either through a click-through or a form, accepted that particular campaign. And if I scroll down a little farther, you'll see abandonments. So as abandonments happen, this particular visitor from Lake Charles, Louisiana, abandoned on the home page with one item in their cart. And there is no picture for this associated one, but if there was a picture, you could see that this looks like a birthday cookie cake. And they had that one item in their cart. You can see obviously the Google map here for $55.61. If I wanted to click on that particular visitor to get more detail, I can do so. And you can see that we have a bunch of information about the visitor here. Let me zoom back out. If they had gotten to the part of checkout where they had filled out their first or last name, or if they had previously purchased, we'd have all of that information as well as lifetime value if they purchased previously, their email address, and so on. We can see that this person was on an Android 4 system using Chrome from Lake Charles, Louisiana, like I said. There's some other information that's available in these tabs, but what I will show you is their session data. So this is their actual click stream while they were on the website, and it's in reverse chronological order. So you can see as I scroll down, they came from Google, and they clicked through and they were on the chocolate celebration cake. Then they looked at cookies, then cookie cakes, so on and so forth. Then you can see the associated timestamps with all of those different events. If they'd been here before, you would see more than one item inside of the list. And then if I were to click on carts, you can see the timestamps of the carts or the cart updates. And it looks like they didn't add or delete anything. They didn't delete anything or add additional items from their cart, but you can see the different cart timestamps. So at 9:29, it looks like they added their first item, and they went through subsequent pages until they abandoned. So this information is all both very interesting and very helpful as you start to design campaigns. Sometimes analytics are great, but they a lot of times homogenize the data, and so it's really difficult. And so this allows you in a micro sense to be able to really dig in and see what some of these visitors are doing. I find it personally fascinating. So anyway, so the events that we showcase are the goals, like I said, click-throughs and accepts, abandonments, and then we also show purchases. And so as I scroll through here, you can see the different events that are happening on their website. Here's another abandonment for $77, and that happened about an hour ago. And if we keep going through, you'll see additional abandonments and purchases. So I appreciate the time. This is the Rekko timeline and one of my personal favorite features. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to reach out. Thank you very much, and have a great day.